That's a toughie.
Checking Nathan's original post, I see that the training data is indeed drawn from these games, but because it's based on GPT-2, the training data also...
Stealth section!
The training data also, in some sense, also includes much of the internet. This gives it a lot of talent, or a lot of latent flexibility to deal with situations that were never in the classic games. Ask Harry Potter to try walking across the rainbow. You ask Harry Potter to try walking across the rainbow. He can't. The rainbow is extremely wide. Above you is a large dome.
It's too wide, he can't walk across it.
Up around its neck is a strong pour.
Ooh, I got a new glyph. It is the Lance glyph, I believe.
Unfortunately, the direction of travel is a lot more interesting than you think. You are in a large room with a passage to the east and a passage to the west, and a wall of broken rock to the south.
It's unfortunately more interesting.
Yes. An interesting effect of this human-written training data is that, like visual chatbot...
I forget what happens now. Oh, it's this guy. Hi.
It isn't prepared for humans that ask questions about objects that aren't there. If I refer to Harry Potter, then Harry Potter must be present. If I type something about a giraffe, then it assumes the giraffe must be present.
I like that.
Ask the giraffe which direction to go next. The giraffe is already outfitted with a visor which is clearly defined.
What?
Although it's not clear that this AI actually understands what a giraffe is.
I do like how it just assumes, oh, there's a giraffe? Well, okay.
Look at the giraffes. The gazebo has disappeared. Put giraffe in backpack. Done. I'm putting that part in the quote book. Put giraffe in backpack. Done.
I don't see anything wrong with this. You want to do that? Alright. Legal operation.
Valid. Acceptable. Navigating this would be like navigating in a dream. My location suddenly changes without warning. I thought I was by a chasm with a rainbow bridge. Now apparently I'm in a building. Dreamlike, it is also really hard to read text. Look around.
I guess that's a thing in dreams, isn't it?
Yeah, look around. You're in a large room with a passage to the south, a passage to the east, and a wall of broken rock to the north. So the location of the wall of broken rock has completely changed, and the two pathways are also now different. A sign posted above the north wall reads... I
forgot to buy clothes.
A sign posted above the north wall reads, "Stop. Pay troll." A small window can be seen in either wall. Read sign. The sign is very simple. Yes, but read sign. I like, yes, but read sign. We now have all 15 treasures. It is time to go back into the cave for the end game. That's awesome, but I still want to know what the sign says. Read sign. You are in a gazebo room, which that doesn't make sense because a gazebo doesn't have walls. You are in a gazebo room which has doors only to the east and south. Another thing surprisingly difficult to do is check inventory. Check inventory. Done.
This is a legal operation. You succeed.
Check inventory. There is an interesting loot here. What is the loot? What is the loot? Check inventory. You are in the bag case. Very occasionally, I will succeed in opening the bag. It will usually be weird. Open bag. Opening the bag reveals a tea bag. Make tea. Hey, a lovely surprise for the surprise.
What is the surprise?
More so than any other game I've played, I'm unsure of the rules here. Some weird things unexpectedly work. If you don't get killed, you are toast. What? Eat the toast. Eat the toast. It tastes like a steak. A steak is perfectly fine. Other seemingly obvious things don't work. There is a path to the north, a path to the south, or a step pathway climbing southwest along the east edge of a chasm. Go north. I don't know how to do that. Go south. I don't know how to do that. Go southwest. You will be descending into a valley instead of going up.
Ooh, we got Arcus, the bow glyph. We can do a shoot now.
You will be descending into a valley. There is a narrow beach to the north and a path leading into the canyon to the southeast. You are on a cliff overlooking the far side of the room. A path leads south along the edge of a chasm, and a narrow path leading into a lozenge room.
What is a lozenge room?
It probably means it's completely round, is what I would imagine.
No, it's the room where they keep their lozenges.
Yeah, it's just full of lozenges.
No secret there.
Let's see here. Sometimes I'm wandering endlessly from room to room, from cave to cave, encountering the same chasm in slightly different variations. Same dried up lake. Other times I'm embroiled in seemingly unescapable fights, usually with trolls. Often reality shifts entirely around me and I end up in a maze of twisty passages, all alike, or in a hall of a mountain king. Everything seems weirdly familiar. Even the room descriptions are echoes of classic dungeon crawling games. It's as if I'm dreaming about playing them again. My actions also mold reality. I learn quickly to always check for diamonds and never check for traps. If I find myself...
If you check for a trap, there must be one.
Yeah. If I find myself in trouble, I can always do something confusing and provoke a context change. Writing in a large bowl, combine butter and sugars is usually enough to teleport myself out of whatever situation I'm in. I can always ask a giraffe for advice, although the giraffe usually isn't very helpful. That sentence is the most moon logic thing I've ever heard.
You can always ask a giraffe for advice, but it usually isn't very helpful. Just like in real life.
Yes.
Well, you can't ask if the giraffe isn't there, I suppose.
Without a particular mission to fulfill, the caves and chasms begin to blend into one another. I give myself missions, and that helps. Once I decide my goal to put together a picnic, incessant check for food commands eventually yielded a sack with a lunch and a clove of garlic, belonging to a horse who agreed to join me on the picnic. Another time I demand a mission and am given some PHP code. I decide my mission is not the only time other content intrudes into the game's fantasy landscape. Once the game tries to tell me about finding cash online, and another time I am sadly informed that there is no Wi-Fi. I encountered dinosaurs and troikus, none of which were in the original training data. Occasionally things are creepy as hell. Check for loot. Check for loot here. Check for gold here. Check for torch here. Check for bone here. Do chest compression again. Do chest rotate.
Oh, I don't like this room.
Do crescent moon appear in the room's center?
Albus! Impressive, Shenoa. It's fortunate I already prepared you a reward. It's the best I can do for the time being. This is Dominus, what you came for, is it not? Go ahead and take it.
Is that it? Oh.
I can absorb the glyph. What happens if I just leave instead?
Bye.
Yeah, you can, but do you want to? Oh, look how far I can... It summons a pillar of light. Dominus hatred. Oh, that sounds good. really is Dominus. What are you thinking? I like how he did from behind him. Yeah, he's not even turning to face me. Figured. With that much power, it's impossible to conceal its source. The source of Dominus. What does that mean? What it means, dear, is I was right. This is your last chance. Come back to Ecclesia. We've been over this. My place is no longer as the old man's errand boy. I have a role to fulfill. To fulfill it, I shall. But
He's going to become Darkula.
But I won't tell you what it is, because this is secretly anime. Oh, how was he able to create a glyph without casting it? I thought only I could. Also, why did he just give you Dominus?
He didn't.
Yeah, he did. Master Barlow should hear of this.
It was called Dominus Hatred.
Yeah, it's right here. Let's try it. It costs hit points. But it seems pretty strong.
Do back away slowly. Do back away slowly. Do not overdo it. The chest will explode and you will die. Okay, so you see me.
Oh, it's the creature. Well, this is bad. I'm stuck between a guy and a bad thing. How do I get past him?
You asked nicely.
Okay, ooh, he gets shocked by dying. I'm gonna go back and save because...
Are you sure he doesn't die from shock?
Well, no, because I shot him until he died and he got electrocuted.
Alright, back to the classic format. A neural net names mushrooms.
I want to check out that one of the games mentioned at some point. I'm not sure if we can do that one, but...
We can try that one.
Right, and they also mentioned another one.
It looks like it says it takes 2 minutes to start up, and then just a couple of seconds between interactions.
And also it mentioned another game at the very beginning of the article that it didn't go into, I'm curious about. That gives you, like, preset options.
Yeah. When neural nets try to name things, the results can be indisputably weird. Every once in a while I come across an arena where the human-invented names are every bit as strange as those a neural net can come up with. Often scientists are to blame. Species of bird, snake, insect, and oh my god, fish have names that could have come straight from the neurons of a glitchy neural net. Mushrooms, it turns out, are another.
Like the screaming hairy armadillo?
Yeah. Or the jackass penguin. Have you seen the...
Oh, like there's an explanation for it?
Yeah. I'll find the quote. It's a Tumblr post.
They had a similar one for the screaming hairy armadillo. Like, what should we call this screaming hairy armadillo? I think that'll do.
Tumblr. There's no O in Tumblr. Let's see here.
Tumblr.
The African penguin, Sphenxicus demersus, also known as the jackass penguin. What did these penguins do to the scientist to deserve this? Researcher. Okay, so we're calling these African penguins because it lives in Africa. Penguin bites researcher. Hey, fucker, guess what? New idea.
Oh, it's dialogue time. There's a person in the prison lane.
Saved!
Ha! Ha! Rescue at last! But only to be butchered by this she-devil! I have no interest in butchering you, sir. You promise? Well, thank you. I guess that's what you say when people save your life, right? I'm Abram. I'm the town's official healer. I don't have much of a job since there's a save point right outside, but whatever. Please come visit my establishment, if you dare! That's what he actually said.
It's because he's scary.
Is he Dracula? Oh, that was a stupid interaction. I like it, I think.
Scientist. What are we gonna call this screaming hairy armadillo? Monocle emoji. Other scientist. I don't know, man. That kinda nails it. Oh, let's see here. Emily Davis, who helped me collect the names for the bird project earlier, suggested I try common names of fungi. There are some fantastic examples of these. The golden navel, the powdery piggyback, the drumstick truffle club are all real. But there are too few to train a neural net with. But that was back when the misty dim past of April 2018. Now in September 2019, I have the option of using a pre-trained neural net like GPT-2, which is better able to generalize from smaller datasets because it can draw connections and associations from vast amounts of internet text it saw during training. I used TalkToTransformer.com to prompt the 345 million version of GPT-2 with 28 existing species of fungi. Its mushrooms were weird in a plausible kind of way, and some of them even sounded like they might be edible. We have Cookie Parlor, Orangeberry Paddle Cake, Aberrant Pudding, which actually just sounds like a D&D enemy.
It does!
Peach Squeeze,
which does not.
Champion's Mustache, Stoner's Swanky Stuff.
Oh, heart smacks up, finally.
Honey Stunned Furbolg.
Furbolg?
Yeah. Bowl of Lucky Lard. Powdery Snuggly Mushroom.
Oh, it's devils.
Did you hear that one?
Yeah, powdery snuggly.
And it's just called mushroom. That's it. While these mushrooms are almost certainly poisonous. Bloodstained Cauldron. Crust of the Dead. Frozen Skull Vase.
I don't know what that is at all.
Wicked Trousers. The Unspeakable. Trapster's Spooky Head. Bloody Sock Puff.
Trapster's spooky head.
Yes. Wet Rot and Bleeding. Shade of the Tarantula. Cauldron of Spicy Death. Lava Bubble. That's a Mario enemy.
It's also a fake mushroom.
Wizard Flange. Sapient Ink.
Oh.
I'm not sure what effects consuming these mushrooms would be. Approach with caution. Sticky Toms. Naughty Spiky Tusk. Raspberry Fart Rover. There it was.
Of course.
Bartram's Big Got to Grab You.
It got to grab you.
Smiley Face Cap. Raging Snot.
Oh, we have a sickle. We have a hammer and a sickle now.
You're a communism?
I can be if I want.
It should give you a special thing for doing both of them where the Russian flag just appears.
Alright, so this is basically the hammer, but slow. But cutting. Oh, lightning room.
Blubber Gingham. Spherical Sock Box. Spooky Piglet. Puny Bubble. Fluffy Trousers. And Grizzly-Faced Ducky Toot.
God damn it. That one's more... it's more good than it has any business being. Grizzly-faced Ducky Toot. Oh yeah, you're a healer, so heal me.
Yeah, it's when a duck plays the trumpet.
It's you! You've come at last. At an awkward time, I see. Awkward, no. Inconvenient? Yes! I would prepare it, proper thanks. A gift of medicine, but now, no. Now is not the time. What is the matter? He did it. That man who abducted us. He took all the materials I had. I bet. Albus? Could it be for some experiment? No doubt, so go and find me more materials. I command it.
Wow, you're a dick.
You're a weird guy. Then, only then, will I trust you enough to thank you for saving my life. Sage! I need sage, so find it and bring it here. And then we'll see who trusts who, won't we?
Is this who you have to find the cat for?
No, there you are.
I don't think so. He needs sage, not a cat.
I didn't mean right this second.
Yes, that's definitely sage. So thank you. For now.
Wow, that guy sucks. Put him back in the lock.
I think he's funny. Make your precious medicine. I'll even have the store stock it. But don't dare ask to have it for free. Who do you think I am?
My stuff really works.
Punch him in the dick.
Yo, there you are!
Bring me